Yeah, we can do our best. We can usually make things better, but it's a big operation. So and the cement changes things, so it's not easy to do the operation. We really have to do some extra planning, get some other tests, and try and figure out the best way to go about taking care of this. Why don't we get a CT myelogram? That's going to give us a lot more information. And once you get that study, we'll go over it again and see what we would need to do to fix it. I think Jerry's right. We probably need to take out this bone, or at least all this right in here. Maybe leave this, but it's not an easy thing to figure out. Usually we can't just leave that if we take out all that bone.
Where do you go to get more tests?
Usually you have to come back here to Houston to get them, because we don't know exactly the quality of all the places near you. So usually we just have you come here to a place that we know is going to get you a pretty good result. And that's probably best.
Well, I wouldn't be able to do it today.
We can check, but I'm not sure about that.
Or tomorrow, anytime this week.
Let's
Being
check.
that we from Lake Charles.
Yeah, I know, it's far. It's so funny, people that drive 45 minutes say, it's so far to get here. And I say, where do you live? And they say, oh, here. And I'm, well, that's 45 minutes. They have no idea how far you have to drive, right?
Mm-hmm.
So let me get that study and we'll also order some special x-rays, which we could probably get now. Bones are stronger than I thought they would be. No. Okay. I think we should also get you on some bone strengthening medicine. That would be very helpful. We could get you on some bone strengthening medicine. We ideally like to get you on it for 6 months. I'm not sure we will be able to wait that long. How long have you been in this condition?
Well, I had the surgery in October.
So it's been about that long.
December is when she really noticed.
I'd like to get you in on some bone strengthening medicine, because if we have to do a lot of extensive bone work, then having you on that medicine is going to be very helpful.
She's taken Recruited also. She had 2 strokes already.
Yeah, see, all these things are risks, and sometimes people listen to the magnitude of the operation that we would have to do and say, well, you know, it's not worth it. I'd rather end up going paralyzed than go through the risk. Because sometimes people are worse off with surgery. When you have a big operation like this, some people are worse off. And
But Dr. Wolf said
Usually not.
that you can do anything.
We can do it, but whether or not you survive it and do well with it is another thing. So we can fix it, but you know, how much damage is done in the process. It's not just like the U.S. can attack any country and destroy it, but and they can get the job done. But in the process, what happened, and was it really a good result, is another question. So we can do that. We can go in and take it apart and take out the stuff that's pushing on the bones and then fix it. But in the end, if you didn't do well with it and you had a stroke or you got paralyzed or you had a wound problem that you couldn't get taken control of, then you're not better off than if because right now you have a stable, uninfected spine. And you could end up with an unstable, infected spine. Now that wouldn't be our goal, and that's not usually what happens. But some people that are sick and have a predisposition to stroke, you know, some people it's not the wise thing to do, even though they might be going paralyzed. We had a lawyer who was going paralyzed, and he's a lot sicker than you, on steroids for decades, and had rheumatoid arthritis, and just really, really poor quality for healing, poor patient. And so we did the operation. It looks, I mean, technically it looks beautiful. Screws are perfect, his alignment, his spine looks great, but he just didn't heal. Got a major infection, broke his bones above that, got paralyzed to a higher level than he was already, and then he couldn't breathe, and now he's on a ventilator, and so, you know, in his situation, I'm saying he would have been much better off sitting in a wheelchair paralyzed than the condition he's in now. Now, I'm not saying that that's going to happen to you, but the more, this is a big operation, and you could wake up paralyzed from it. It's possible. So, but, on the other hand, if you don't have an operation, there's at least a 50-50 chance you'll end up paralyzed. At least. And so with the operation, it's probably less than 5%. But it can happen. Just letting you know, not trying to scare you, or just letting you know that this is not simple. It's not like the kyphoplasty. That's incredibly small operation compared to what
was it caused by that plastic?
The cement. I mean, the CT scan will help us further evaluate that and look at things closely. And really, it's kind of like getting a high definition picture of what's really going on. And we kind of need that in this situation because it's such a delicate area. But let me get that study, and then we'll talk more about what we might need to do to fix it, and let you think about it some more and see if you want to do it. It's pretty big. I'm not sure exactly which direction we would want to go. Let me write some things that I'm thinking down so next time we can just review them.